Alright, quick little review on different knives that I like to use for hunting. This one here is the Ka-Bar Hunter. I really like this knife. It's very light and it's very sharp, and it does hold a very nice edge to it. The sheath is really nice also. You know, they did a great job with it. Ka-Bar is well known for their knives, for hunting and military. I've used this one on large game, several elk with this one, and it's definitely kept a good edge on the blade while I've been skinning them. This one's a Ka-Bar Skinner, and I like this one too. It's a little bit more of a different design, as you can see. It does a great job. It's just as good as the Ka-Bar Hunter. But between the two of them, I couldn't tell you which one I like the best. They're both really good knives. Both of the Ka-Bar knives do hold a really good edge to them, so you never need to worry about it really getting too dull on you. And if it does get dull on you, it's actually really easy to keep sharp. You know, it doesn't take much but a couple of runs on your blade or on your steel, or you could even go ahead and sharpen it on your belt if you had to out in the field. This one's the buck knife. You've seen me do a demonstration with this one on a couple of other videos. Now this knife is actually really good. It's an older knife. I've gotten a lot of use out of this one. Now with this knife, it does take a little bit more to get a good edge on it compared to the Ka-Bar, but once it does have a good edge, it holds it pretty well. Now for those of you that have been in my hunter ed classes and you've heard me talk about deboning knives, in my opinion, nothing beats a cheap fillet knife in the fishing section of Walmart for a quick deboning knife. These are really good to use. It's a very quick application with these. This is a bone saw. This one's got some great applications for the neck bone as well as for the pelvic bone area. But the problem with this one, as you can see with the serrated teeth on it, it is difficult to keep it sharpened. So usually when you're done with it, or when it's done with you, buy a new one. These aren't made for longevity. This next one is the Havalon knife. Now these are actually really nice little flip knives. The blade is actually made of surgical steel. So essentially you're just skinning and gutting with a scalpel. The only drawback to these knives is that it's not really a good idea to do any kind of angles with them. Problem with it, if you go on too much of a curve, you'll actually snap the blade. So, you know, if you're making a wine incision and just doing your basic skinning with it, it would be okay, but, you know, don't go overboard with it. Now, if you do end up breaking your blade, it does come with these inside. These are extra blades that you can take off and put on your knife itself as replacements. So what's nice about this is when it goes dull, all you have to do is just replace your blade, and you don't need to sharpen it. This is a beaver knife. This is used for beaver fleshing. I'll show in a different video actually how you sharpen these. It's pretty much the same principle, but it's a little bit different. The only thing that I usually use with these to sharpen it is nothing more than just the sharpening steel and my belt. There are a ton of choices out there for you to look at as far as knives and what feels comfortable, and you know, this is just what works best for me. Hopefully I'm able to pass on to someone else who might be trying to figure out what to go with and what to use. But in a nutshell, this is it. This is all that I've really needed. Over the years I've spent a lot of money on some knives, and these are probably my favorite ones to go to.